Manchester City went away to Wolves. They lost midweek in the League Cup, and Pep said, quadruples maybe not going to happen. It ain't going to happen, but, treble was good last year. I think we all expected City to get the job done against Wolves, and even when they go 1-0 down, you always think, City will come back. They end up getting back. Alvarez with a lovely
really good free kick, yeah.
And then Hee Chan-Wang ends up getting the winning goal for Wolves in Gary O'Neill. It was a day when Pep was up in the stand. I think 3 yellow cards this season, and he was up there. We've seen him. He hasn't been actually in the ground with his back injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not affected him in the past, so that can't be given as an excuse. But an off day for City. Remember last week we were talking about could they go unbeaten, invincibles? This league, mate, just kills all those conversations.
And of all the teams to beat them, like Wolverhampton Wanderers right now, with the little bit of turmoil really in the summer that they're in, with the financial problems, the manager change, and Gary O'Neill going in there. Gary O'Neill's work continues to impress me, Rob, and it's going to be fascinating, mate. Again, I look at the league table, Bournemouth's decision to get rid of Gary O'Neill for Earle. At the moment, and we're only 6, 7 games in, and Wolves there under Gary O'Neill is doing a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, for Man City, Rodri, like we know how important he is, the ill discipline, that he's out suspended now. And I noticed that Calvin Phillips wasn't selected to play, Rob. The midfield
Kovacic
was Nunez and Kovacic as a 2.
He did come on, I think, 20 minutes ago, Calvin Phillips came on.
Is it too simplistic to say Rodri's not there, so they're not as secure? They conceded 2 goals.
That was my thought. He's becoming a really important part of it.
Really important.
Where, like I've said in the past, they don't rely on any one player. That's one of their strengths. Might be an argument about him.
Yeah, because when he's playing to the other attackers, Rodri's there, we'll be okay.
I'm not sure when he's not there, they quite have that protection and that strength and that physicality. And if he needs to nick a goal, he can nick a goal. If he needs to stop a goal, he can stop a goal.
He can do
Kovacic isn't that guy, is he?
I saw Pep afterwards sort of saying, this league's hard.
Yeah.
He said it's every single week they're asking different questions. Yeah. We know they got all the games, midweek games, different League Cup, Champions League upcoming as well. Yeah. It is really difficult to be competitive. And I always say it, Rob, when City or United or any of the big clubs come to my team, Middlesbrough, your team, Wimbledon, or to Wolverhampton Wanderers, it's one of the biggest games of the season.
And you're up, everybody's up,
and you're up for it as a player because the fans are up for it. It's a full house. And it just gives you an extra 10% of energy.
Yeah. That they've got to deal with.
This is a big game. There's more focus on it. There's more media around it. There's more excitement around it. So, an off day for them. Phil Foden come out of the game, Rob, as well. I think late in the second half got subbed out. It's like, again, this is that window with all the games going on, so it's hard to be super specific.
I wasn't sure whether he did come out or not. I think they thought he'd come out, but did he stay? I think he might have stayed on.
Right.
Yeah, I think he might have stayed on that one. But I think it was Nunez who
but that Liverpool could have, if they'd have won that game, they'd go top of the Premier League. That does give others a chance and belief that they're not going to blimmin' run away with it. That some people
maybe some hope for the chasing pack that we can have a real race and back-to-back defeats for City now, League Cup and Premier League, which is something we don't often see. Just expect them to get back to business. Do
you think the lineup wise? I know he's always going to rotate, but they have got a few injuries now which we don't normally see.
I mean, it hasn't overly affected him in the past, and it was a day when Dawson did a brilliant job on Haaland. When Craig Dawson just sort of decided, almost went man to man. It was old school.
Okay.
He blocked team, he one-headed, and he was aggressive. And Haaland didn't have a great day, I've got to be honest. He had, I think, one shot in the 90 minutes. He hasn't scored. He didn't come on in the League Cup. They decided not to put him on even when they were down.
Yeah.
Didn't score, whatever we keep saying about him, he nicks goals that win you games or get you draws. If he's not on, it's a big miss. I mean, Alvarez is stepping up at the moment.
And back to your point about relying on City, don't want to have to rely on individuals. Whether it's Haaland or whether it's Rodri or whatever it might be. So.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.